You know, after a long day, it's good to kick back and relax a bit. What's that? What did I get up to? Yeah, I guess I could tell you. Where to start though? Let's see. So the day started out with me chopping down a bunch of trees that were in the way. And when I mean a lot of trees, I mean a bunch of them. Most of them were the big spruce trees too, so not easy work. And from there I decided to take flight to admire the work I had done. Yeah, I cleared out the trees that were going to be in our way for the path that I was going to later build. I also went ahead and laid out this line of stone to signify where we're going to be building a bridge later on in the day. From there, I decided to take a little trip to a beach not too far to see all the progress I had done the day prior to this, and I spotted this, Mr. Turtle. Hello there, Mr. Turtle. And from there, I got a little curious on how we were doing on our ores, so I decided to check up on that. Not too bad, but I did notice we were running a bit low on iron, and even including the iron and any of the ores that we had up in this chest. Yeah, we were looking kind of low on resources, so I did what a normal person would do when they're low on iron. What's that you say? Make an iron farm? Maybe in the future. Decided to go caving instead, so I went ahead and made a bunch of torches. And I decided to put them in this shulker box here. It's going to be important for later on. I decided to take the wings off for today, so now we're going to go caving, so I switched them out. So I went ahead and put away our rockets. Then we headed down into the caves. We went very deep. And when I mean deep, I mean very deep. And along the way, we ended up running into some diamonds. Not what we're here for, but I won't complain. And I almost forgot to pick up this last one here. Good thing I decided to dig around. You won't believe what I ran into next. That's right, I'm talking about the bosses of all bosses, Keen Slime. And after striking him with my sword a couple of times, I managed to bring him down to his second form, where he ended up splitting up into his smaller minions. Yep, that was a dangerous situation. Luckily, I overcame it. So after defeating that boss, I went ahead and gathered some of the ores around the cave. And that's when I noticed that my eyesight was a bit brighter than usual. So then I went ahead and doused myself in water, and that seemed to do the trick. So after fixing my eyesight, I did the old strategy of running into the dark with some torches and avoiding all the mobs. It's one of the best ways to light up a cave in my opinion. Anyways, I went ahead and dealt with a couple of mobs that were following me, nothing too serious. I then went back and lit up some spots that I had missed, and while this spider was attacking me, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, that's right. Some deep slate coal ore. Now, I don't know how rare this is, so I decided to silk touch it. Go ahead and bring this back with us. It was around this time that I noticed that I had run out of torches, so I placed my ender chest down, ready to get my shulker box out. And lo and behold, I had left it back at the base. So I made my way back out the tunnels, pretty far walk back up. And as I made my way into the house, I kind of panicked a bit, not remembering where I put my shulker box at. Lucky for me, I didn't move it from the ceiling, so there it was. Went ahead and dropped off some stuff that I had picked up. No need to bring this down. Then we continued our caving experience, lighting it up as we go. Passing a bunch of ores that I eventually went back to grab. And while on that journey, I found this small little tunnel here leading down to nothing, as I first thought. But as I made my way down, I noticed something in particular. It led to some tunnels, really small cave systems, and going down those, I stumbled across this, a skelly spawner. After taking care of some skeletons, I decided to check out what was in the chest. Some gunpowder, which is good, name tag, and some horse armor. And in the other chest, there was more gunpowder, a CD, some iron, another name tag, and a book. That wasn't that good, so I decided to leave it there. I got a bit excited, and here's me doing a little dance for you guys. Anyways, I kept exploring the cave, and I ended up running into, guess what? Yeah, another skelly spawner. Yay, I did another dance, started punching the air in excitement. This chest only had some bones, an enchanting book, not that good of an enchant and a CD. Anyways, coming up this small little tunnel here, I ended up finding an iron vein. Perfect for us. Exactly what we came down here for. So I spent the next couple of minutes mining out the iron vein that we found. And lucky for us, this was going to solve all of our iron issues. And that basically concludes the mining expedition I had that day. From there, I decided to work on our path. I started off by digging a little tunnel here in a diagonal sort of way. And then after a while of digging out some more land, I was not happy with the results. So I decided to cover everything up. Yep. That aside, I went ahead and started working on the actual path here, smoothing out this small hill that we have, knocking down some more trees that I missed on along the way. Yeah, I think I like the idea of going around the hill, then through it, and then from here I decided to make a little diagonal ramp going up to that little hill right there. I also went ahead and installed this retaining wall here just to have some support to the ramp. Yeah, don't look at that. I kind of left it hollow in the bottom. We don't talk about that. Yeah, we ended up with this shape. After reaching the top of the hill, I decided to make another bridge here. So I marked out where this was going to go. And after that, I noticed some of the trees were going to be getting in our way. So I went ahead and chopped them down. And at the same time, I gathered some leaves. And then randomly, a drone decided to show me its dancing moves. Nice. Anyways, after getting distracted enough by the drown, I decided to work on the bridge, and it came out like this. Got some bushes, a lot of grass, some boulders. Yeah. And then underneath the bridge, it was a bit overgrown as well. And it turns out somebody had come along and put a hidden stash down here. Got some gold and some diamonds. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. So I decided to head down the path a bit to see how it was turning out. And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started on this bridge. So I went ahead, placed some sandstone for the top layer. And then after placing the sandstone, I put some diorite. Now, hear me out. It'll look good in the end, trust me. I spent a couple hours just placing blocks here, getting this all constructed. And in the end, it turned out like this. I think it looks pretty nice, a nice white bridge. Now the top of the bridge was looking a bit plain, so I decided to break some holes into the surface and then go ahead and replace those holes with some sand. And apparently I forgot to put a block underneath the sand here. So I decided to pillar up a bit to see if the sand makes any difference, and I think it does. I also added some coarse dirt here and there. Anyways, I decided to build a little gateway here, so I was going to go for this arch, which ended up turning into this, yeah, pretty cool arch. We added some towers here and over there, and if I get a bit closer here, you'll be able to see the little redstone torch I put on top as a little form of light, and in the bottom I'm going to hang a little lantern here. There you go. Finishing touches. But yeah, it's pretty much how my day went yesterday. Oh, would you look at that? The sun came up. Here, come with me. Let me give you my final thoughts on what I've been up to. Let's go ahead and make our way down here real quick. Kind of made a little hidden path back here. It basically leads out to the path that we got going here. This will eventually lead up to the kingdom over there. I haven't connected it yet. Let's go ahead and put our armor back on real quick. Alright, so now where to start? I know. Real quick, let me talk about this section over here. Yeah, I'm not in love with this little ramp that I made here. I'm thinking of changing it out and replacing it with this design here. Making another bridge from up here. And instead of it going down here, we ramp it to that hill right there. Or not ramp, but bridge it over to the hill right there. And then on the other side, we can make maybe a curved road. So the bridge would come out here. We can maybe make it come down the side of the hill right here. And then it curves back around here to continue against the shoreline all the way up till it connects to that area over there that I was talking about in the last episode. So yeah, that's maybe one thing that I might work in between episodes. Something else you may have missed as well is I actually terraformed this quite a bit. Originally, this was just a straight cliff all the way up to right there actually. So all of this right here is terraformed. We take a closer look underneath all of this dirt. Yeah, you'll see all the terraforming I did. Basically covered up this whole area. So yeah, a lot of terraforming was involved here. A lot of it was off camera. Anyways, I still gotta go around here and bone meal everything for the tall grass that I like. And also some custom trees maybe. I have plans for this area here, making like a small sort of mini city before getting to the actual kingdom over there. Nothing too big. We're gonna have some small fortifications here. Yeah, I was gonna add these towers here on this side, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna lay out this whole area here, so I just left them on that side. Eventually, if there's room for it, I'll add it here. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna put here. I had in mind maybe having a tavern of some sorts, uh, alongside with some stables, so that if any traveler that's wandering through here, they don't have to head to the main kingdom to stay there. They could just cross the bridge, pay for a night, get some rest, and then head back out if they need to, or if they're heading to the kingdom and it's nighttime, they could, spend the night here. Yeah, in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about this bridge. Yeah, so decided to sprinkle some coarse dirt and some ferns and grass here, obviously, to give it this worn feeling, as well as the sand. I made it look like the cars have been driving mostly through the center part of the bridge here, so they left their tracks here. I think it came out pretty cool. Not only that, but I had some texture to otherwise a pretty plain sandstone flooring. Let's go ahead and talk about this gate here. Now, originally I was gonna have an actual like guard tower, pretty big one here. It was gonna be accessible, so you were actually gonna be able to enter it. But I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? I think two smaller towers would fit finally here, so that's what I went ahead and did. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results here. Oh great, it started raining. Anyways, hopefully it doesn't look too terrible. And if you think about it, this is a very important location. This will connect this landform to that landform, and it's basically the entrance to the actual kingdom itself. Any travelers coming here, this is going to be the first thing they see. And if you remember last episode, I was saying that I was going to make a little stone bridge right here, something similar to what we have over here by the starter house. But I was looking at this, and this doesn't look like something that would lead to a kingdom, right? Kind of small, and don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but decided to go bigger and better, so that's why I decided to make this white bridge. And on top of that, I also decided to make a diagonal just to give myself a little bit of a challenge. And in my opinion, it turned out pretty gorgeous, if you ask me. Yeah, I used similar design as this over here. I'm really in love with the arches that I went with here. I'm not used to making them, so it was a pain in the butt at first, but once I got down to it, it was pretty easy. And obviously, I went ahead and filled this up with stone. Most of this is going to be on the underside, so not going to be too visible. I would still need to add some vegetation to this bridge, like I did to the wooden one over there. But we'll get to that here in the future. Who knows, I might be able to add some more of those hidden stashes here. Maybe a thief decided to use this as its hideout, keep its stash, and well, we just happened to find it. Yeah, and it's still high enough to be able to cross here with a boat, which is good. Now, once we get to making custom boats, I don't think this will be high enough, but I don't think a ship would ever get into this small river here, realistically speaking at least. And since we built the bridge here, I decided to go ahead and get rid of the path that led down here. Now, eventually, I want to terraform this a bit here so that it's not just straight slope down to this part here. Because you do remember, we are going to be building a tree farm here. Well, more like tree fields, not farms. But in order to get to that, I want to terraform this. This will probably lead down probably around here and then curve back up. Which means I had to terraform all of this section here. And yeah, in light of that terraforming project in the future, I went ahead and curved the path this way up instead of it going down that way. Makes more sense in my opinion. And then there's this part down here. I'm still not 100% sure what we should do down here. We'll eventually get to that. Just trying to not work on it, to be honest. Out of sight, out of mind. Oh yeah, I have a big chest monster here. Let's ignore that. But yeah, check this out. I also went ahead and worked a bit on the interior of the lumber mill. We have some log piles here, some birch. Over here we have an oak log pile. And then on this side, we have some spruce, looking pretty dandy. I'll go over the interior over here in a bit. But going back here, we have some more storage right here. We've been filling up a lot of this stuff. I still haven't gotten to moving the stuff at the starter house over here. I'm thinking of storing anything that we make out of wood here. So sticks, planks, fences, barrels, and whatnot here. Yeah, I've been filling this up a lot. Now, if you guys remember correctly, this whole area here was filled with forest, but I went ahead and deforested most of this area. I pushed it back quite a bit. And let me show you the results of all that. How much wood we ended up getting. Which, yeah, it's quite a lot. Check this out. We have a whole barrel full of oak. That's some random dark oak I decided to put there. We got basically 9 stacks of birch. And then a bit more oak. Quite a bit, if you ask me. I think I was storing some jungle over here. Or maybe not. Yeah, we have more storage here. If these ever get filled up, which they probably will. And, oh, I forgot to mention, I changed the entrance to this place quite a bit. I forgot to mention that I wasn't really vibing with the trapdoor arch and stuff like that, so I changed it to that. Kind of like a garage door. Similar up here, I brought it down a bit with some stairs, and I made these small sort of arch things. Not really arches, but support pillars, I guess. And that leads to this place over here. I'm not sure what this machine's called. You basically put your logs in here. They go through the blade and they come out as planks. And here we have these levers here holding the blade in place. Now I am missing, I think, a chain here. Yeah, let me go grab one real quick. Alright, I had to go make some real quick, but it wasn't too hard. Alright, let's go ahead and put this here. Yeah, so now we have a working, whatever the machine is called. Saw blade, saw something, something. So yeah, in theory, this is connected to the water wheel outside, which will turn this gear, which will then turn this smaller gear, which will then pull the chain up and around to this small pulley here, providing power to the actual belt, conveyor belt that we got going down here, and the actual saw blade. Yeah, and then this just works like a little stopper here to prevent the planks from hitting the wall. So yeah, that's the bottom interior done. Now heading upstairs, we got this little, I guess, room here with some more space back here underneath the stairs heading up. Now up here, I haven't done much, I'd admit. Yeah, I need to figure out how I'm going to do this, but that will be done in another episode, or maybe in between, who knows. But that's pretty much all I did in between episodes. Not a lot, but it's something. Decided to give you guys a little update here. And I decided to go with a new video format. Now, I don't think I'm going to be sticking with it. I'm kind of bad at commentating over footage and stuff. So, yeah, this is a one-off probably. I hope you guys enjoy my really bad commentary. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you the results of our mining session here real quick. Yeah, look at all that. We got 9 stacks basically of iron ore. Now with the fortune, we'll get even more. That is quite a lot of iron. We didn't find any other diamonds down there, but I think, yeah, the iron was more than worth it. So that solves all of our iron needs, which is good. I was planning on making an iron farm, but yeah, I don't want to mess around with villagers. They're kind of annoying to work with. But I know eventually I'll have to get to that because I do plan on building some builds that include a lot of iron, and mining for it would theoretically be too much work in my opinion. But for right now, let's go ahead and stick to mining for our iron. Now the iron vein that I found is still there. I didn't mine all of it. I just mined what I could carry. We also got a lot of tuff. A lot of it. Oh, and the skeleton spawner that I found comes out around here. So yeah, who knows? We might make that into a farm. Scratch that. We are definitely going to make that into an XP farm. I've been needing bone meal. Mostly bone meal blocks, but yeah, that's going to be an easy way to grab some of that stuff. I was planning on making a wither skeleton farm, but yeah, a lot of mining was going to be involved and a lot of spawning spots, location discovering, and yeah, I looked at a tutorial and my brain couldn't brain. Yeah, that aside, I also ended up finding this little trail ruin right here. You see that? I don't know how it took me so long to find this. To even spot this, actually. I've been flying around this area quite a bit. Maybe next episode we'll tackle this. I kind of want to preserve it though. Obviously, go ahead and get rid of all this gravel and stuff, but I want to keep the actual terracotta, mud blocks, and whatever we find down here and keep them intact. I do remember there being a bug on Bedrock that makes the trail ruin spawn like 20 blocks beneath this, so yeah, we'll tackle it next episode. And I think this is where I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I didn't get to the 250 subscriber mark. We actually blew past that and we are already at, I think at the time of making this, we're at around 310, I believe. Yeah, 310. Wow. You guys are insane. With that being said, I'll get to making a monument for that in the next episode. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to see you guys here in the next episode. See ya.